Welcome to 6th standard social class children. Lion capitals of Ashoka. Last two classes we had seen in history unit 3 from chiefdoms to empires. In this class also we are going to continue the same lesson. The remaining part of the lesson we are going to see. Lion capital of Ashoka. The emblem of the Indian Republic has been adapted from the lion capital of one of Ashoka's pillars located at Sarnath. The wheel from the circular base, the Ashoka Chakra, is a part of the national flag. So, emblem, the national emblem of the Indian Republic, the Ashoka Chakra, the four lions. Okay, three lions only we have seen. One, the back side of the lion is hiding. So it is present at Sarnath. The wheel from the circular base. So the circular base wheel, the Ashoka Chakra is a part of the national flag. Chanda Ashoka, Ashoka the wicked, to Tama Ashoka, Ashoka the righteousness. Before the battle of Kalinga, he was a wicked. The Tama Ashoka, after the Kalinga war, Ashoka became righteousness. After the battle of Kalinga, Ashoka became a Buddhist. He followed the Buddhism. He undertook tours, that is, Dharma Yatras, to different parts of the country, instructing people on policy of Tama. He preached the people to follow the policy of Tama. The meaning of Tama is explained in Ashoka's Pillar Edict 2. It contained the noblest ideas of humanism, forming the essence of all religions. He laid trust on what are the good characters he explained. First one, compassion, charity, purity, saintliness, self-control, truthfulness, obedience and respect for parents, preceptors and elders. These are all the good qualities King Ashoka preached to the people. Ashoka sent his son Mahinda and Sangamita to Sri Lanka to propagate Buddhism. Ashoka's own son and daughters, they gone to Sri Lanka to propagate Buddhism. He also sent missionaries West Asia, Egypt and Eastern Europe to spread the message of Tama. Okay, next one. What is the meaning of edict? What is the meaning of edict? An edict is an official order or proclamation issued by a person in authority or a king. So it is an official order. An edict means is an official order or proclamation issued by a person in authority or a king. Okay. Next one. The inscription, the script of the inscriptions. The script of the inscription. What are the languages they used for the inscriptions? Okay. At Sanji, at the place of Sanji, they used Brahmi. The inscription was Brahmi. At Kandahar, they used Greek and Arabic languages. They used Greek and Arabic inscription at Kandahar. At northwestern part, they used Heroshti. Okay. Next one, the rock edicts 2 and 13 of Ashoka refer to the names of the three dynasties, namely Pandyas, Cholas, the Kerala Putras and the Satya Putras. The rock edicts means they written the Buddhism on the rock stones. Okay, that is called the rock edicts. They mention the three dynasties. One is Pandyas, Cholas, the Kerala Putras and the Satya Butras. Okay, next one, Mauryan administration. How the Mauryan peoples or Mauryan kings administrate the people. First one, king. Centralized administration. Centralized administration means it was the head of the administration. First one, the king. The king was the supreme and sovereign authority of the Mauryan empire. So the king was the supreme. The king only have the all power and sovereignty authority of the Mauryan empire. Council of ministers known as Mantri Parshad assisted the king. Assemble of ministers included a Prohit, a Senabadi, a Mahamantri, and the Yuvaraja. So in the council means member of people. They named Mantri Parshad. Okay. So assembly of the ministers. What are the ministers? They include Prohit, a Senabadi, a Mahamandri, and a Yuvaraja. Okay. King had an excellent spy system. So the Mauryan king always had a good spy. Spy means they have to inform from other countries or other kings activities. So that is called spy system. Okay, next one, revenue system. The land was the most important source of revenue for the state. So land was the important because they cultivated. The cultivation, they give the profit to the people. So the land was the very important for the people. Ashokan inscription at Lumini mentioned Bali and Baha as tax collected from people. The land tax collected was 1 by 6 of the total produce. For example, if the farmer cultivate 6 bags of paddy, 6 bags of paddy, so the farmer after the cultivation, after the harvest, he have to give 1 bag of paddy to the government, that is king, that is the tax. So that is called tax collected by the king. Okay, next one, revenue from taxes on forest, mines, salt and irrigation provided additional revenue to the government. So they have to collect different types of taxes also from the people. Okay, next one, judicial system. The king was the head of the judiciary. He was the highest court of appeal. So the king was the supreme power. Already we studied. Okay, he was the head of the judiciary. He have to give punishment or he have to get the highest court of appeal. Okay, the king appointed many judges subordinate to him. He punishments were harsh. So the king give very harsh, very highest punishment to the people. Next one, military administration. The king was the supreme commander of the army. The king was the supreme commander of army. A board of 30 members divided into 6 committees with 5 members on each monitor. One is navy, another is armory, third one infantry, fourth one cavalry, fifth one the war chariots, sixth one the war elephants. So these are all the committees they have. Okay, next one, municipal administration. Municipal administration, cities and towns. Board of 30 members divided into 6 committees. So board of 30 members, these 30 members divided into 6 committees. Each had 5 members. So each committee had 5 members to manage the administration of the city. town administration was under Naharika. He was assisted by Santika and Kopa. Okay, next one, the Junahar Kirnar inscription of Rudradaman records that the construction of a water reservoir known as Sudarshana Lake was begun during the time of Chandragupta Maurya and completed during Ashoka's reign. So, the water reservoir, that is the tank, water tank, is known as Sudarshana Lake. So, it's this construction was started in the time of Chandragupta Maurya and completed during the Ashoka's period. Okay, next one, currency. Money was not only used for trade, even the government paid its officers in cash. So the money was not only for trade. Trade means what? Selling and buying, give and take. So for not only that purpose, even the government paid its officers, that is soldiers, in cash. Okay. Next one, the punch marked silver coins, that is panas, which carry the symbols of the peacock. So the punched, that is they keep a hole in between. So the silver coins, punched silver coins, which carry the symbol of peacock. So the peacock bird. So that is also printed in the coins. Okay. And the hill and crescent copper coins called Mashakas formed the imperial currency. Next one, trade and urbanization. What are all the important materials they exported and what are all the main things they imported? First one, main exports: spices, pearls, diamonds, cotton textiles, ivory works, conch shells. These are all the main exports things. Main imports things: horses, gold, glassware, linen. Okay. Next one, Mauryan art and architecture. Mauryan art and architecture. Mauryan art can be divided into two. Mauryan art can be divided into two. One is indigenous art, second one royal art. Indigenous art is statues of yakshas and yakshis. So they have they do the or they built the statues of yakshas and yakshis. Royal art means a big, a famous, a beautiful, a important. Okay, so royal art, palaces and public buildings. Palaces and public buildings, monolithic pillars, rock cut architecture, stupas. Okay, these are all the royal art. Next one, yakshas. What is yakshas? What is yakshis? We have to see. Yakshas were deities connected with water, fertility, trees, the forest and wilderness. Yakshis were their female counterpart. So see this picture. So Yakshas is a male, Yakshis is a female statue. Okay. Next one, stupa. So this is the Sanchi near Bhopal. This is the one of the stupa. It is present in Sanchi near Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. Okay. A stupa is a semi spherical dome-like structure constructed on brick or stone. The Buddha's relics were placed in the center of the dome. So this is the stupa. It is a semi-spherical dome-like structure constructed on brick or stone. The Buddha's relics were placed in the center of the dome. Okay. Monolithic pillar present in Sarnath. Mono means single. So with the single stone or with the single method of pillar. The crowning element in this pillar is Dharma Chakra. So in this pillar, crowning means on the top. On the top of the pillar is Dharma Chakra. Beginning of rock cut architecture. Rock cut caves of Barabar and Nagarjuna hills. Next one, reasons for the decline of the Mauryan Empire. What is the reason? The great Mauryan Empire declined. First reason, Ashoka's successors were very weak. So, Ashoka was a very famous, very brave king. After the Ashoka king, the successors were very weak. Continuous revolt in different parts of the empire. Third one, invention by the Bactrian Greeks weakened the empire. Last one, last Maurya ruler Prihadrada was killed by his commander Pushyamitra Sangha, who established Shanga dynasty. Okay, so these are all the reason the Mauryan empire declined. Next, Asian name, its modern name. Rajagraha is a, it was the Asian, that is olden name, olden days name. Modern name Rajgir. Olden days, that is Asian name Padaliputra. Now it is called as Patna. Kalinga, it was the Asian name. It is now called as Odisha. Okay. Thank you, children.